This man said Provocative ain't heard him. Danny Garcia ain't heard him. Y'all clearly seen Hammer drop hammers, and I heard him, you know. I felt as though, you know, I wanted to fight, you know. It was a lot of fireworks, but, you know, at the end of the day, I wanted to fight, you know. Like, that was some bull crap, man. I feel as though when a fighter come into somebody else's backyard and fight, you know, leave it all in the ring, call it right. You know, Mauricio Herrera is a guy, you know, he holds, comes with his head. Maybe the first one was a headbutt, but the second one, I don't think it was a headbutt, you know. At the end of the day, he knew he was cut. He didn't really want to fight, you know. I confused him. You know, he thought it was going to be a brawl, but I outsmarted him, you know. I went into boxing mode, and then, you know, a couple times I seen him on the rope. He didn't know what to do. He wanted to edge me on, oh, come on and brawl. No, he boxing, you know. It was bull crap.
Hank, were you worried going into the fight that there might be something shady going on with the scorecards?
Oh man, first and foremost, you know, yeah, that's always in the back of your head when you're in somebody's hometown, you know. So it was a 12-round fight, and you know, the fight would have kept on going. I feel as though I'd have stopped him, you know, I would have got him out of there, and he knew that, you know, so that's why, you know, they called, you know, they let another round go, you know, and then they decided to call the fight off, you know what I mean? Like, I knew I was winning.
Hey, do you want a rematch?
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, I want a rematch, but will they fight Hank Lundy? That's the whole thing about it. They're gonna run and duck from me. We already know what it is, you know? Like, I'm one of these fighters, I'm probably, you know, one of the only fighters, you know, I go anywhere, fight anybody, it don't even matter. And I'm a dangerous guy, you know, so at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna do. They're gonna tuck their tail and run. And that's exactly what they're gonna do.
If you consider this fight and your fight against Delorme, well, which one would you think is more disappointing?
Well, I'm not even on front. It was the, it'd be this one, you know, because I know I won, you know what I mean? I won the fight. You know, both of them was disappointing because I knew I won, you know, but this one, I did everything I had to do, you know, and boxed him, you know, I won the fight.
Hank, when it's time for a rematch, what are you prepared to do differently to have a better outcome, or you feel you do the same thing and have that victory for you?
You know, it's going to be the same thing, but this time, more pressure on him boxing, you know, and when I heard him, take him out. Like, he clearly said he ain't never been hurt, but he knows, so I guarantee he ain't going to want to fight Hammerin Hank again. He ain't going to want to fight me again. They're going to take that win and run.
Hank, you were throwing a lot of punches in the first 2 rounds, and you seemed like kind of you slowed down a little bit in the third. And you were taking some punishment. Were you tired at that point, or what were you doing there?
We wasn't tired. See, I knew Mauricio playing, you know, it's a 12-round fight, you know, so what I was doing, trying to land effective shots, because I knew, you know, he drinks a lot. So the body shots landing up, you know, he wasn't going to go the whole 12. You know what I mean? You know, he don't live the life of a fighter. And I'm keeping it real, you know. And they knew that. 12 rounds, he was gone.
If they have a rematch, would you come back to LA and do it?
Listen, what's my name? I don't run and duck from nobody. I really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm coming to fight. That's me. And this time, you know, I'm going to knock him out.
Are you more upset about the cards or the fact that the fight was stopped early?
Well, that and the fight was stopped early. I mean, both of them. At the end of the day, you know, I was winning on the scorecards, you know, and then they tried to let the round go. You know, and then they gave it to him. Like, come on, man, that's some bull crap. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, we know that, you know, you feel like you won, and a lot of people do, but if you could do anything different, if you could go back in time, would you do anything different?
When I heard him, jumped all over him. You know what I mean? You know, I was strong, felt good. When I heard him, see, in this game, you know, when you have a lot of fights, you know when a guy playing possum or when a guy's strong or when he fading. You know, as the fight went on, I felt his energy drop. He was starting to get weak. So if the fight was going to go 12 rounds, it wasn't going to go because he was starting to fade and weak. When I heard him with the straight 1-2, he was hurt, but he wasn't ready to go yet. And that's what goes, you know, by you having experience, you know, and going, you know, 10, 12 rounds, you know when a guy ready to go. But I felt as though that round where they stopped the fight, he was weakening. You know, he wasn't strong. So I feel as though if the fight would have went, you know, one more round, I'd have got him out of there.